Welcome back to oh, oh welcome back to another Habs Nation podcast show with the hockey coach Franchise directly for before country of Thailand. We have some kind of problem at the beginning of the show. I don't know what's going on, but my mic and then it was frozen. I don't know, but it's because the roster in Montreal Canadiens, it may be the reason why we're struggling right now. But at the end of the day, guys, welcome everybody on the great Monday night, October 7th, 2024. Tonight on the great show, we're going to talk about the Montreal Canadiens roster, the line for the Montreal Canadiens, some news in NHL, and of course the Montreal Canadiens. The big news that the players are out of the roster, the players are in the roster, and that's going to happening tonight. We're going to sharing all your opinion about the upcoming season Montreal Canadiens. We have a clash tonight, and then we have a projection, maybe bold projection, but that's going to happening on this show the next 90 minutes. Thanks for all the likes. This is the beginning of the season. NHL tomorrow night. I know Buffalo play against the New Jersey Devils. But again, Montreal going to returning Wednesday night for the first game of the upcoming season, 2024-2025, against Toronto Maple Leafs at the Bell Center. And of course, going to do the play-by-play tomorrow night. We're going to be live for another Habs Nation. Tomorrow is about the projection of Montreal Canadiens on players, online, power play, PK, the sending, everything about the Montreal Canadiens. I'm going to go a little bit more deeper. And of course, today we're going to talk about its front players for the prospect for the Montreal Canadiens. Yeah, Dmitri was back on the ice today. We'll talk about Dmitri the next couple of minutes. But we have he's back tonight, directly from the caveman. I don't know upstairs, downstairs. I know he's in the green room, but I know he's going to talk about the Montreal Canadiens. Let's further ado. Welcome back. Is in the house, Mr. Enoch Tapp is with me tonight.
Hello, Coach. Hello, Hockey Nation. Coach,
Welcome.
we're getting closer. Here we are. One and a half more days of sleep. That's it. We're ready to go.
Hockey is back. Football is start. Baseball playoff.
Yeah.
The pétanque somewhere. I don't know. Yeah, some things going on, Mr. On top, left and right, but you have a lot of sport to talk about. Of course, the Montreal Canadiens tonight. But before that, we want to welcome everybody. A show without him would be not be the same because he bring all the news in NHL, and we have a lot of news in NHL and the Montreal Canadiens. So RJ Calabro is with us tonight. Habs Nation is ready to rock and roll tonight. Following by Sebastian number 2. Welcome everybody. Thanks to be a part of the show. Sebastian was active. Mason. Welcome in the house. And then another Sebastian, so I think he's back and forth. But Sebastian, welcome back. SSSSS Quentin, welcome in the house. Phone is in the house. Nicolas de Gobibonno, welcome back, Nicolas. Randy Walkman from Calgary is in the house. Yamo Vartanen is in the house. South Tap. He's ready to rock and roll his fantasy hockey team on that week. And Harry is in the house. Comment ça va, mon Harry? J'espère que tout va bien. PLW knocked the door tonight. Hopefully doing well. And then we have AK knocked the door early tonight. AK, hopefully the weather. And Alberta is looking good. J Fed back in the house tonight. Welcome back. Thanks to be with our Canadian show. And then we have Slicky is in the house tonight. Thanks to be with us tonight. Don't forget, please, to click on the like if you don't mind. That'd be great. Before we talk about Center Tap, the subject of the night is the ad projection about the lines. Yes, they make the lines, but still, are you surprised? Are you shocking? Everything like that. If you follow my video of the day, what cut by the Montreal Canadiens, we're going to talk about this in the next couple of minutes. And behind that, what will be the reason and why is the situation for the Montreal Canadiens? Then finally, we're going to follow the game between the Chiefs against again the New Orleans and NFL, Mr. Tap. I turned the channel
7-0.
live, Mr. Tap, and I will give you everything that's going on in NHL. You have a quarterback number 15 on the red team, Mr. Tap.
The red team.
You know what I mean?
On Kansas City. It's already 7-0 for
Yeah,
Kansas City.
you know,
So that's good.
it is what
That's
it
good.
is. About that, it's hot over there for 22 Celsius. Brendan, Mr. Wederman isn't out, Mr. Tap. Always a pleasure to welcome Brandon. So
Welcome.
thanks to be with us. And no further ado, Mr. Arta, we're going to jumping right away
Let's
uh,
go.
on that one because that's what we're going to talk about this. Mr. Arta, we have first of all, Mr. Arta, will take about 30 seconds if you don't mind. Um,
Yeah.
um, the goal it was to start the upcoming season 2024-2025, October 9, with the Montreal Canadiens play-by-play to get the 8,500 subscriber, and we did it. So we jumping the 500 subscriber in space about 4 weeks, and that's a really
Excellent.
big, huge number. So I want to thank all the people continue to be a good supporter and at the channel. So 8,500, we try to get the 9,000 before the end of the month, the year of the 2024, and push hard to get a 10,000 at the July 1st, 2025. We'll see if this is happening, Mr. On top, but I just want to share it with
Yeah.
you. You're one of the reasons why the subscriber is getting more and more, and many others, Marco, of course, and then all the moderators and many part of the behind the scenes of the hockey channel, Hockey Live, well, Hockey Nation Live Show channel, and of course, the people have been with us for many years, and maybe a couple of months, or a couple of weeks, or maybe a couple of days, or maybe today. It's not matter when you sign up as a subscriber. It's the matter you show up every single night. That's the reason we pop up
Absolutely.
every single night. So I just want sharing with
Well,
you about that
first of
one
all,
over there.
congratulations, Coach. It's a long time coming, and you deserve it. You're very modest in what you're saying. Uh, People can't understand the amount of work that you put into this channel, which brings great information to everybody about the Montreal Canadiens and other teams in the NHL. So thank you for all of that, and thank you for also all the people that join us on a nightly basis, because they bring great knowledge, and you know that once they start coming slowly, it will grow to that level that we need to be. And again, just congratulations on a job well done.
Thanks so much, but thanks for all of everybody. We have a new people, no new people pop up right now. We have Roy from Bangkok is in the house. Pete Martin knocked the door tonight. And then we have Runway Kings, moderator, we just talked about them. Pierre Denonville from Arizona. And then we have PLW, of course, is in the house. Arjoy Colette is in the house tonight. Welcome back. Thanks so much. Stan, the man, any waiver pick up by the app? No, today didn't happen for Stan from Montreal. 82, 85, 8.5 today, 8 million tomorrow. Uh, 82 is on my heart. Gary, thanks so much, my friend. Thanks so much to be a part of the show. GF, I don't think what very good. Slicky. Roger Bush Bouchard is in the house. I was disappointed, but you did not make the team. He has nothing more to prove in Laval. We'll talk about this in the next couple of minutes. And did you know you only need 500 followers on your Twitter to mix to mini takes? I did not know. Interesting to see that. I've been I got a lot of followers, and sometimes for maybe the people don't follow me on my Twitter account. Code Frenchy 10X is my ID over there, but I create something. But I don't know why I did it, but what happening? I follow Dimitrov. I made comments about
Yeah,
Dimitrov every time he play, and I get more people follow me. But then I start to put the ad prospect game of the day, and then the result of those game, and I'm getting more every day. I get 5, 6, 10 follower on the X account, so it's fun to see that.
that's great.
One day
It's
going to promote.
diversification. Yeah, it's diversifying, Coach. That's the good thing, and people get to know you one way or another.
Exactly. So I love your channel. You're welcome, Roger, as I'm exception to the on this. Hopefully your computer will be fixed, Randy. We try to iPads. We want to bring him in the next couple of weeks. TH, do you know anything about Maxim Shabanov from Tractor and the KHL? So is the podcast is the Islanders entrepreneur or enter on him? Well, so Shabanov is a good player. Play with a Tractor. I don't know he's going to sign right away. A couple of team are looking for, of course, for Shabanov. I didn't paid too much his game this season at KHL, but I can give you a little bit more information throughout TH. I'm going to get a little bit more his clip. I have the KHL prim, so I can look about that at THL at TH to give you a little bit behind Shabanov. Or I can email it to you if you don't mind. Coach, do you know anything about Maxime Shabanov? That's the same question. Francois Pitt is in the house tonight, Mr. Antat. Welcome back. Pierre
Well,
W is in the house tonight. Welcome back. Roger Mayu has nothing, and then we talk about fun things. So everybody is excited about the show, Mr. Antat. Let's further you to talking about the NHL right away. We have a couple of news. I'm not going to go deep about the claim today, but I'm going to talk about, first of all, the signature and NHL. It was almost the last day of the roster for all the team. Not many surprise on the roster. But Pacioretty signed a contract with the Toronto Maple Leafs, Mr. Tap,
mhm.
for them. Wallstead signed a 2 years contract. So this is very interesting about Wallstead because they have Fleury, Gustafsson, goaltender with Missile Water. Lawrence won his PDO with the Toronto Maple Leafs, like Pacioretty. Bring energy, the four checker. I think that will helping the four line for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Jacob Vrana got a contract with the Washington Capitals. Good for him. Austin Watson signed a 2 week contract with the Detroit Red Wings. Weber signed with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Yamamoto returned with Utah. We see is a 2 week contract. Labac signed a contract also with Columbus. And then
Columbus.
Tanner Pearson. Remember Tanner Pearson?
Of course, yes.
Unfortunately, he
He
hurt
was
through the body, but Pearson signed contract with the Vegas Golden Knights. Vegas Golden Knights claim Raphaël Labois today of the waiver.
interesting.
And then you have a couple of like Peter Carr and Raymer got claimed. But the big news is Jacob Pelletier did not get any team claim Pelletier. So this is a bit surprise everybody. We're going to talk about Pelletier, Mr. Antal, the next couple minutes and the show. So I don't want to talk more about the reason behind that. Why not the Montreal, everything like that. So we're going to keep that subject of Pelletier because a couple of fans would like to get Pelletier with the Montreal Canadiens, 5'9", 160 pounds. About that one. You're welcome to H and RG Consul to delivery. Doing an amazing job. He's here to an top, and top does a great job, Mr. Butch. Butch is ready to rock and roll. Capel would be a very great playmaker from Philip. Philip, welcome back in the house. I don't mention your name if you did not. I apologize. A couple of key injury, Mr. Tap. A lot of people put this on the ER, long-term injury reserve. But
Hmm.
I look about the players a little bit more, the bigger impact for this front team. Demko, 3 to 4 weeks, Mr. Tap. This is not a good news for the Vancouver Canucks. Without the beginning of the goaltender number one whatsoever, Zilab a good playoff last season. Zilab never have a
Yeah,
really good average save percentage, Mr. Tap, below, never over 900. So will be interesting what Zilab is going to carry on that team. They have a couple of goaltender backup, but Danko out 3 to 4 weeks. Sharakovich for
not.
Calgary Flame, Mr. Tap.
Yeah, I was just going to add. He's also Silovs is still not 100% himself. So if he has to miss any time, it's going to be a tough go for Vancouver right out of the gate. So we'll see how that all progresses. But keep your eye out on Vancouver.
Gibson, another goaltender, Mr. Tap, out for the
Another
Anaheim
injury.
Ducks. Stollart is going to be there. Stollart, not Stollart.
No.
It's
Mm,
Zolar. No. Do. Not
I forget.
Dolan. Anyway,
Can't remember
I,
right
I,
now.
I see his name, but I cannot pronounce his last name. So, not because I don't cannot pronounce it, I cannot remember exactly his last name. So, I apologize for that one. Lane Green for the New York Rangers, Mr. Tap. VC for the Rangers. Roster. Ross is day today. So, we see he's going to be there the opening night. Then Jack Crock is going to be a long-term injury reserve for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Akapan is another one for the Toronto, but overall, they are the big name of the NHL with injuries, Mr. Tap. About
Great.
them. So now, Mr. Antap, that's bothering me. So I have to get there if you don't mind.
Yeah, I'm trying
Uh,
to look it up myself. Anaheim.
Dostal or Dostal.
Yes, that's right.
And now they are Reimer, the
Dostal.
goaltender,
Yeah,
also there.
very good, very good goalie.
Here you go, Abination. Thanks so much for the information right there. I don't know why I did not get that one. Tom Brown is in the house. Good for job, and we play $8.5 million a year. Guy visit son and getting then about that. I don't know what thing we have to do with that. LDP is in the house, Mr. Alta. Welcome back, LDP. Thanks to be with the show tonight. And then, Mr. Alta, we're going to start with the Montreal Canadiens. Everybody is here for talking about the Montreal Canadiens. The roster was
Hmm.
announced today by the Montreal Canadiens early during the day. It's very hard to keep everything secretly, right? Social media. But when you see the practice in Montreal, you can realize easy who is going to be in or not in the center
He's
top. So,
missing. Yeah.
yes, so we talk about Barry Boulet, Pesada, and Barron are already in because nobody was on the waiver. We expect possible Animan, Roy, and Mayu. But Montreal Canadiens
That's right.
announced that they cut 7 players early during the day. We make a video about that. But they
Hmm.
have Logan Mayu, Jacob Dobesh, Gignac,
Engstrom
William Trudeau, and then Engstrom, and then
and
finally
Ken
we have
Dada.
Joshua Roy. Roy was really the big news of the day about the Montreal Canadiens, and we're going to talk about that one over there. And then that will give also Eneman, Kapanen, and Alex Barry-Boulet are in
That's
for
right.
the beginning of the season.
Correct.
Martin St. Louis said yesterday, Mr. Tap, 22 times. We'll see what happened. We'll see what happened. We'll see what happened. So that's open up door when you see someone said, "We'll see what happened." They will try it and go from there. But it's your turn to tell us. I'm going to give a little bit more my opinion about the roster, but I want to hear from you. We're not going to talk about the line, Mr. Santa. We're going to move after that on the line, but more about the
Sure.
roster for the Montreal Canadiens and the reason behind the reason they got the different players.
Yeah, I mean, we talked at length about it in yesterday's show. I don't think there was much surprise like that Dobish went down. We knew that both Primo and Montebo were going to be starting here for sure. Defensively, we knew that Engstrom was going to be one of the casualties, and we were debating in terms of whether they would go with 7 or 8 defensemen. It makes sense that they go with 7 and they go with the extra forward. Up forward, I mean, we saw when you look at the work that Kapanen, as well as Heineman and Barre Boulet put in. I mean, you could clearly see that they were a step ahead of what Roy offered. That doesn't mean that he's not going to be back up at some point. But right now, if you look at it just from a merit point of view, I think that they did the right decision. And I think that, going back down to Laval just to sort of get his confidence back a little bit. And again, it's not that he hurt Montreal, but we didn't see him go that extra step, right? And I think that they were looking for the person that can bring it every single game. And we saw that with Kapanen. We saw it to a slightly lesser degree in Heineman and Beret Boulet, but we didn't see it in Joshua Roy. So at the end of the day, it is what it is, and he's with Laval, and I think it'll help in the end.
Um, yeah, we're going to
Yeah,
talk more after that, but I want you to make a stop right now on the Roy.
yeah, okay.
Um, First of all, Alex Barry-Boulet, I think he pushed out Joshua Roy, right?
Also, coach, it's all also about who was going to play on that second and third line, right? And I think you have to look at why. I think this came across in their thought process, and that was if Wa is going to be used on, let's say, the fourth line, are we really doing him any justice and keeping him here in terms of his development? So I think that came into the equation as well. I think when they want to bring him up again, if he gets that opportunity, it'll be probably for third line position. on the
So my
wing.
question is for you. Do you really believe Heineman have really a better camp to Joshua what?
I believe so. Yeah, I think he showed a little bit more gusto. I like I said, I don't think Roy hurt Montreal at all in the games that he played. But they expected him to be, I think, a step ahead of everybody else, given that he had been up here last year and he showed a lot of promise. And I still think he has all of that in his toolkit, but it just didn't come out. And
How many games Roy play with the same player on his line?
I know, yeah, that's not fair. I get that. Yeah, yeah,
Right? So for me,
it's
here's my point
difficult.
behind that. I know people, it's not I want to create controversy or I disagree, but why to cut him when I don't see Heineman a better camp to Roy?
I think he was a little bit. He
You
showed.
see some
I think he should.
highlights, but you don't see bigger. Roy played in the NHL last year, have 9.23 game, and we have a
True.
lack of offensive. Why not to let him play at the beginning of the season? Give him like a 1 month, 3 weeks with the Montreal Canadiens. It's not going to hurt the Montreal Canadiens. Element is an exam also. The reason why they did that, you have two reasons behind that. But for me, I would say, you know what? Perfect. He played 23 games. So let's play him. Let him keep him. The reason behind that, Mr. Natat, is Alex Barry-Boulet pushed Joshua out of the lineup as the third line winger. That's the reason
Right.
behind that, right? Then you have also Enement is exempt. They can send an Enement and Laval. So they try to maybe give a lesson to Joshua Roy. Now the preparation of Joshua Roy is still there. I don't know. I don't inside the locker room, right? But I'm not disagree overall. But for me, if we cannot put the puck in the net, do you really expect Element is going to fill up the goal for the Montreal game with great play? I don't think so. It'll be a fourth checker over there. My point behind that, I believe Joshua was going to be recalled very soon. At least they are Element make some an impact at the beginning of the season. But I don't know. I prefer
I don't,
players with great playmaking every time like that, and all the players play in the. It's not that. At the end of the day, when you look about the cam for the Montreal Canadiens, you said Jake Evans was our best players at the camp. We have a problem, no?
of course, but that's the conclusion. Obviously, we came to yesterday as well. Just sort of circling back with Heineman versus Waugh. I just think if you take Martin St. Louis' words to heart, I mean, he said, "I want to start the season," and that's the key. I want to start the season with people that have shown that they've got that extra energy and are willing to go that extra mile. And when you look at guys like I said, like Kapanen, Beret Boulet, and even Heineman to a slightly lesser degree, they all showed to me that they had more energy. I think they had more speed to their game than Roy does. In Heineman's case, I think he's he's uh, he's better serviced on the third line than I think
Well, he
Joshua
play on the
Roy
fourth
would be.
line, so he's not going to be on the third line.
Sorry, on the fourth line, yeah. Whereas if you put Joshua Roy there, I think that really hurts his development. So they weighed. I think they weighed those things and said, to start off, let's go with Heineman. Maybe we recall Roy if he gets off to a good start with Laval. Maybe not, or if Heineman doesn't meet up to expectations, then that switch can easily be made because they're waiver exempt. So they can go either way. But I think you're right when you said earlier. It's also a way of getting a message across that just because you were here last year doesn't guarantee that you're going to start with the team again this year. Go down, improve your game a little bit, show a little bit more spunk to your game, which he's most capable of doing. And I think he will get to that point. It's very soon. But for now, why not? Why not reward Heineman for at least having played better than Waugh?
Yeah, I'm going to see about what happening for that. Again, it's a season. It's a lot of movement inside the roster. So the 23 player you get, it will change at some point the next couple of weeks with injuries or player that's not performing, everything like that. I just want to
Yeah.
open a door. Slicky just said, um, Kapanen, they told to Kapanen to find an apartment in Montreal.
To find what? An apartment?
Yeah.
Good. I love that.
But my point behind that is because now they want to keep him.
Absolutely. Yeah. Why send him overseas? I mean, he's made such great progress, and he's getting his opportunity. He's the kind of kid that I don't think is going to screw it up this chance that he gets. And they're not going to put the pressure of putting him. We'll talk about this later, but they're not going to put the pressure of putting him on that second line because I think that would have been a little bit too much right away out of the gate. So he'll more than likely, right now, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think he's slated to be the 14th, the 13th and 14th or 14th player, but he'll get his opportunity to come in and show that he can be in that lineup on a more consistent basis.
Yeah, a lot of people in the chat talking. That's good. Zeph, welcome back. And Mark Elliott, welcome. Said RIP John Anderson, Santa.
I'm sorry, I missed
RIP
that.
John Anderson.
John Anderson
Yeah.
used to play.
Anderson with an H, not Anderson, but Anderson.
Oh
I don't know who is John
no,
Anderson. I apologize about that.
was he with the? I don't know. Let
Um,
me see if I can find it.
Steven, welcome back in the house. Curtis, welcome in the house. Don't forget, everybody, to click on the like. If you don't mind, that'd be great about that. Idar, White was giving his first 9 minutes, his first power play. He was the invisible man. If he does not possess Laval, it's time for a trade. He's only 20 years old, guys, 22 years old. We cannot trade players right away at 22, 23. You have to wait a little bit longer. Look what happened
Give
with
him an opportunity.
Josh Zeph, Josh Anderson, Anders Spoon for Don Brown. Um, I'm talk about Mike. Welcome back in the house. So everybody, thanks to be with us. Don't forget, guys, to click on that. We're not done with the roster on top. One of the players was cut. It was really a good words for Martin Seoui is Logan Mailloux. Logan Mailloux,
Mhm.
he shows some spotlight or highlights, but not enough to have a spot with the Montreal again. It's sad because I have an opportunity there to be on that team right away in the beginning of the season, but I don't think so. He show enough for the Montreal Canadiens. But that's going to be the defenseman because when I said that, it's because the departure of David Rebacker with an injury, so open a little bit more flexibility for him to be a part of the team. But Montreal decided to go with 14 forwards, 7 defensemen, like I predict right away, like a couple
Mhm.
of weeks ago.
Mhm.
But Mayu, I think, is going to be a good with a Laval Rocket. Now, Laval Rocket get Tobesh, Mayu, that's a Engstrom, three players
Engstrom,
right
yeah.
there. And you have two possibility to have a two defensemen to call the call up, Adam Engstrom or Logan Mayu during the season. Depend which side they need it. And Joshua Roy and Owen Beck, I believe, are going to be the two players going to be a call up from the Laval Rocket if we need it. One player we don't talk is Owen Beck, and I forgot to talk about him yesterday. I have a 1 goal, 1 assist Sunday during the last Laval Rocket last by the score Saturday night. They lost by the score 4-3. Laval lost 2 games during the weekend. Simino have 2 goals during that. So I just want to share it with you. But Logan Mayu, Mr.
Not a surprise. We sort of predicted that one as well last night. I mean, part of it. Uh, I think if they had tried to put Gouli on the left side, which is where his natural side is, and eventually I think he'll land there at some point, it would have created quite a log jam on the left side, and you would have had to make a decision with guys like Struble and Jacky. One of them would have had to probably start in Laval if they went that route, and then that would have opened up a position for Mayu. Um, Baron, again, I don't know. I don't think. I think he had a slightly better showing than he did last year. I think they have a little bit more invested in him. They also don't want to lose him on the waiver wire. Mayu, I looked at pretty much his body language this preseason, and you could tell he was a bit tight with the stick. He didn't seem as confident as some of the games that I've seen him play in Laval, where he really demonstrated his fullest there. Uh, I guess part of that was him you know, uh, trying to make a name for himself at the NHL level, and sometimes when you let that play in your head a little bit too much, it could be detrimental to your showing and your development. Again, nothing wrong with his game. I don't think he made any major mistakes. Maybe, I remember just one major turnover that led to a goal, but that was about it. I thought otherwise he was okay, but just not totally engaged. And I think that it doesn't hurt them to send them down. This way, now you have your pairings, which I'm sure we'll talk about in a few minutes.
Yeah, really interesting about that. I'm reading a lot of great comments here, left and right. Thanks so much.
Hmm.
Boomram is in the house. And Steven, I'm not it's not because I disagree. It's just like, well, I'm not disagreeing. Yes, I'm disagreeing. But I can understand your point of view about that, Steven. Barry Boulet versus Jacky. But I think because we have Lane Hudson on that power play too, I will not use Jacky there. On the flip side, Mr. Tap, N26 bring a subject here. The third pairing for the Montreal Canadiens need to defend a little at least Hudson. If he fell second pairing off to the Laval, he should go. Um, that brings my point of view, Mr. Tap. I'm going to talk about this a little bit later, and I can understand everybody. Hudson play on the second pairing defenseman, right? And
Yes,
you have
I think so.
Jacky right now on the third pairing. He has
On
trouble
the
out.
third.
Trouble
Yeah.
out. This is why the reason I said I will use trouble over Jacky Mr. Attack. Because if Hudson struggle, I believe trouble is better at Jacky on the defensive zone to cover the player, shut down man, cap control, first pass, everything like that. This is the reason I believe I would use trouble over Jacky.
Yeah, right now I think he's better defensively than Jack. I would agree with that. He also brings a certain level of toughness to his game as well. So you wouldn't hurt as much if you went with that decision, coach. But I think right now I think they're going to play it game by game and decide which games Jack is in, which games Struble is in, and if you don't have Barron that's going to do much, that's gonna present quite a bit of problem because then what do you have on that right side? You have Gooley who's on his offside. You have Savard who pretty much now becomes your best right-handed defenseman on this team currently, and you have Barron that's probably not gonna shine if he doesn't show improvement. So it's a little bit tough. I mean, it just really magnifies having the loss of Ryan Bacher in your system, and it really puts things on hold a little bit. Good thing is Mayu, I think, will be ready to at some point come up and help out in that regard if anything should falter.
Yeah, it will be interesting what happening about this for Mayu and the rest of the. Now we have to talk about the player are in Hanneman, Kapanen, and Alex Barry-Boulet. Look, Barry-Boulet brings
Yeah,
some experience in NHL, right? That's the reason I
exactly.
think you look about over Rouen. Plays 67 game, I believe, with Tampa Bay Lightning, so he know exactly. I think he can play make. He can do playmaking on the ice. He's smart. I think he have a really good camp for the Montreal Canadiens. He deserves to be there. Now, Kapanen, look, Kapanen also have a good camp for the Montreal Canadiens. I think this is a long project. They feel like better to have Kapanen around them compared to have Kapanen and Timra. And I think that's a great smart move because if you have a center out, you can put Kapanen as a center if you want to. You need it. I think Kapanen slowly go a little bit like the Sakaski um, Pat, right? I would say that like slowly go inside the lineup, play 8 minutes, 10 minutes, and then he grow to be around Nicolas every single day, be a practice with him on target every single day. This is a way to the Kapanen. But congratulations for Oliver Kapanen. You know how I'm a
Absolutely.
big fan of Oliver Kapanen, so I'm very happy to see him with Montreal again. So Enement for me, it's Enement.
You called it.
Let's um,
You called it, Coach.
yeah. Um,
Yeah, about Kapanen. Yeah.
He need to improve a little bit his face off, a little bit more strength. But I think this is a good news. This is another player draft by Trevor Timmins and Mark Bergeron, by the way. For Emil, look, I can see what at some point, for me, for him, look, he has the body for the Montreal are looking for. He's a 6'2".
Yeah.
Sometime in NHL, Mr. Natap, and Martin Sweet talked about this a couple of weeks ago, and I think, I'm always referred to Andrew Cogliano. Remember Andrew Cogliano
Hmm.
got
Of
retired
course.
during summer?
Absolutely. Excellent. Excellent hard worker.
Cogliano, guys, when he played on the GTHL and Ontario
Hmm.
you travel right there, and then he played junior. He was an offensive player. Little bit what Giga Balou did a long time ago with the Chicago Saguenay and the QM.
That's
There
right.
was two player guys. He would put the puck in the net, 100 point per year, everything like that. But when they came in the NHL, they realized if they want to stay in NHL, they cannot do it. So they did. They
Yeah.
become a defensive player. They figure out to play the 200 game, right? Plecanet is another one. Plecanet learned to play not on the offensive side, but the other side. My point behind that is really where Emil and Emin said, wait a minute, we don't have physicality here. We need a big body winger. So why not him? I'm going to use my speed, and then I'm going to use two more my foot shaking in the game to give something
Hmm.
Montreal does not have enough. They don't have. And I think this is if he can understand that and play that role as a four-laner, he could be with Montreal for a little bit longer. And he has a good shot, by the way. It's something we don't talk enough about him. He have a really great wrist shot, Emil and Emil.
He does.
So,
And like we said before, he's not afraid to go in front of the net. He's got a good keen eye for the puck and making great deflections. Like he won't hurt you if you put him on the second power play unit. He will definitely help.
yeah, absolutely about that, Steven. A great comment about that. He maybe not play 82 game. Um, you're right about this, Steven. But here's what you're going to learn about Leonardson. It's going to be hard to put Leonardson out of your lineup. This is what you're going
Yeah.
to learn with him. He's been that player. A lot of people go against him, and I can understand fans where they believe, look, he's 5'9", 160, game night after night. But don't, I would be shocked he would be out of the lineup. This is a guy that players will give you a lot to the team. It's just to realize how his body is going to go on the 82 game schedule, but we'll see how the Montreal going to moderate his game. But
This
I can
time.
understand you,
Yeah.
Steven. But look, Hudson is going to bring a lot to the Montreal Canadiens. So look, Curtis, have a
Like
good
he's
point. Kapanen, Beck, Edge, or Yush in the future. Shark is in the house, by the way. Sorry
yeah.
about that.
Yeah, no, all three of them are, and I really liked Tage's play that I saw this past weekend as well, Coach. But just to go back to Hudson, I think maybe Steven's point is valid in that they'll make sure that they don't overplay him. I think if they have to, they overplay Matheson like they did last year because he's capable of that type of ice time, and they're going to sort of gauge the amount of time that Hudson's going to be on the ice. If he needs those therapy days, I think they won't hesitate to give it to him. But I can, like you said, Coach, it's going to be hard to keep him out of the lineup, and I anticipate that they'll probably start him on the second power play unit to begin with. But don't be surprised; it won't take long before he makes his way onto the first power play unit. In my eyes,
Now you're absolutely right about that. I think it will come organically where the power play maybe not work,
yeah,
and then say, you know what, we want to try Hudson, everything like that. So it'll be interesting what happening for the Montreal Canadiens on the roster for upcoming season. Mark is happy about email. Steven, I agree with you when you play 5 game and night. So do you want to correct 3 game and 4 5 nights? Steven, it's a back-to-back game, 3 game and 4 night, 4 game and 6 night, and then you have 5 game and 9 nights. So they are the five different categories to figure out a schedule in NHL. But you're right about this, Steven. I think sometime maybe they would
yeah.
put him in the lineup, Mr. Tap, and maybe manage his time on the ice
Yes,
better
yes.
on the one they need, maybe more on the offensive side, on the power play, everything like that. So, but I completely agree with Steven. That's something you have to figure out about that. So, if Quinn Hughes can play with the game, I don't know why Watson cannot be the same. But Quinn Hughes show up in the NHL with a little bit more weight on his body, 180. But I can understand that. I feel the same way on the way. Boomerang. And 26, Sean Farrell averaged at 1.5 point final season. College skill, but small. Hudson skill, but small. What he did in college, just like we what did, and the junior, okay, no longer matter. And it's okay, it's different. I agree with you. Roger Delaney, Jacques has a great slap shot. He need to be on second power play. Roger, you're right.
Over who? Over who?
Yeah, Jacques have a great slap shot. I can understand his accuracy is there.
Yeah.
But is it enough? Jekai, he has a good first pass? No. Can he move the puck, carry on the puck? No. Can he is really mobile on the blue line? When I said that, Mr. Tap, a quarterback at the blue line have to
Yeah.
move left and right. You have to go on the backwards. And you have to have a great vision on the ice. This is a three area where Jekai struggle. Like he's limited on that on skill. His vision, is backwards, crossover, edges, right? Is a big body.
Mhm.
Nothing about that. And then you have, of course, is mobility of the first pass, everything. So yes, Shea Weber have a great slap shot. It was maybe at the same, but Shea Weber overall was more skilled. And we talk about a Hall of Famer on top. We don't talk about a third pairing defenseman. So I don't see a Jekai as on the point for the Montreal Canadiens. That's something, Logan Mayu, if you want to make it, we have to be a little bit more mobile to be a power play about that one over there. Answer compete level is very high. Gary, welcome in the house. Thank you so much,
Hey,
everybody.
Gary.
David is in the house too, and Paul G is in the house. So, Mr. Tap, we passed a lot of time on the roster. So, let's see the line for the Montreal again, if you don't mind, for the upcoming. This is by number, Mr. Tap. If you put all the name, you
Yeah.
should recognize the number. They are the four line for the Montreal Canadiens, and they are the six defensemen, and they have the goaltender. By the way, Jaden Strobel was not there today. Treatment day.
Treatment day. Yeah. He's the only one.
Why?
Uh, Treatment day. I didn't think he needed a treatment day, but we'll see. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. You have a reason, Coach?
Yeah.
What do you think?
The lineup they showed today, nothing is guaranteed for Wednesday night,
Right. That's true.
right?
And Martin St. Louis alluded to that. Yes.
If
Yes.
Strobel is on the third pairing
Hmm.
with Barron, what do you
Oh,
think? What do you think it will happen? And the
not
fans'
going to
reaction
happen.
today,
It's not going to happen. It's not going to
right?
happen.
So for me, right, here's the point behind that: the Montreal Canadiens have three favorite, three fans players: Jekai, Sakaski, and Hudson. Whatever they do, they don't care. They want Jekai, they want Sakaski, and they want Hudson,
They're all unique in their own ways. Yes,
right?
definitely.
But the key is to win game.
Agreed.
The key is not to stop Ryan Reeves. The key is to shut down Matthews, Marner, Tavares, and Nylander.
Yeah, but also, coach, also you want to set that tone right off the bat from the beginning of the year that we're not going to be a team that's going to get pushed around. And
Who is going
I
to
think
push
that
Montreal around? Which player?
well, I think the Leafs and the way Berube's style is, I think he's going to make that an emphasis that the Leafs play with a
Which player is
more of
going
an
to
edge.
shoot? Which Toronto Maple Leaf is going to push around the Montreal Canadiens?
Well, I think we saw in the exhibition games some of the players that were taking liberties, and we're talking. I mean, they're going to more than likely dress Reeves. I think that's without a question. They still got guys like Domi in the lineup, and
Okay,
a
so
couple.
is it Josh Anderson cannot take care about Tomi?
Yeah, he could if he wanted to, but we've
Jaden
seen in
Strouble
many
cannot take care
situations.
about Domi?
Right, but if Reeves starts taking liberties at any of our players, then who steps up? It's not going to be
He play
Struble.
4 minutes per game. Are you going to build your lineup for Ryan Reeves? If we do that, we're going to have
No, no,
a really difficult
no,
year, Mr. Tap. If we go Flyers, say, oh, Delaurier is the lineup, we need to use Jacky. Oh, we go to New Jersey, they have McDermott, we have to use. You have Jack Hughes, you have Pratt, you have Meyer, they have players. And then say, oh, we have to play less talented, we have to use Jacky on the point.
no. It's just a matter of trying to set the tone for the whole year. I think that all it takes sometimes is one or two games where everybody in the NHL gets a heads up that we're not a team that's going to get pushed around. All right, and I agree with you. That shouldn't be the emphasis. But you need to set that tone and that atmosphere first before your stars are given the ice space that they need to do what they have to do, and that's to score and eventually win games and to cover the best players on the opposing team. So again, it's not that they're looking for it, but I think they need to be ready in the event that something like that erupts, right, or happens, and they have to again. Yes, it would be great to have that wolf pack mentality, but let's be realistic. I don't think that that necessarily will get things done in the first game against the Leafs.
All right, sound good. Joel Armia win the spot on the Patrick Liney.
As
Messanta
you
with Kirby
predicted.
Dack and Alex Newhook. Joel Armia, like I said a couple of days ago, he was going to get that spot. I was really a little bit between the lines on Martin St. Louis when you listen to him. And then that we gave that second line where Odell, Sakaski, Caulfield, and Suzuki play together. Number 13 is Cole
Yeah.
Caulfield, by the way, so it's not 2020 anymore, or people don't know. They were Rack, Anderson, Alex Barry-Boulet. Third line is on top.
Yes. Yes. Anderson's the big question mark there in my eyes. But I think
Gallagher,
they're thinking
Jake Evans, and Eamon Eneman. Extra
right.
Kapanen and Peseta.
Pizzetta. Right.
So if
Right.
I follow your philosophy for Jacky, why they don't use Peseta over Eneman?
Well, I think I think there's a huge difference between Jack Eye and Pizzetta. First of all, Jack Eye has a little bit of that history with Reeves. So if anything happens, like I said, he's there. I think he's more suited, obviously, in the weight category wise, to go head to head with Reeves. Pizzetta, as much as he's very much willing to take the invitation, he's not really in the same category at this stage. And that's difficult to do anything. And it's a home game. I think that plays a bit of a factor as well. And really, you don't want to start the season off by showing that you're going to sit Jack Eye. It just, I think the optics of it, it's not good for the fans. It's not good for the player. It's not good for the team, right? This guy, think about it. He stood up pretty much for his entire team in two or three of the games that he's played in. And then first, the message you're going to send the first game is we're sitting you in favor of Struble. You know, I think the optics are not good if you do that.
We'll be interested what happening about this. It's like I'm thinking about other things right now, so I'm going to keep the people in the chat. Gary Connery considers to get put raise on the ice. Ab chance to score will go up. He's slow. He has no skill. I agree with you. Kapanen will be
Absolutely.
on the second line. Philip Brand. I don't see Kapanen yet there, Philip, but I don't know. It's a new season, right? We see what Josh Anderson is going to step up or not, but I just don't feel like Devorek Anderson together. I don't see as a good matchup. I don't know why. I don't see that. Um, Anderson is not 9 goals last year. He can put the puck in the net, but he's not there.
Yeah.
I'm going to shock you, Mr. Top. I will put Gallagher over Anderson.
I know, but I think they didn't want to disrupt that fourth line, coach. I thought that they were clicking at a good pace when you look at Evans and Gallagher in particular,
Yeah,
and
there
then
was with
throwing
Armia that line, Mr. Top.
right, and so that helped out as well, right? So unfortunately, Armia has to move up to the second spot as you uh, validly put
So I'm going to
yesterday.
give you that line, Mr. Top, for people in the chat. Why not to use Kapanen with Alex Barry-Boulet and Devorek?
Barry, so you're saying put Boulay with Dvorak and Kapanen?
Kapanen.
Yeah, I would as well. I would as well. I agree with that 100%. To me, Anderson did very little to impress me this training camp and in exhibition games. It was a bit disappointing because I thought he'd come out of the gates a little bit stronger this year after some of the things he went through last year, and sort of show that he wants to solidify his position on this team. Didn't happen, and I'm kind of surprised that he's on there. But is it one of those things that we talked about before, Coach, where maybe Martin St. Louis, is looking at the fact that he's a veteran and that he's starting him there before he puts Kapanen in his spot. I'm not saying that's the right thing. If that indeed is the case, if anything, I would have made the switch with Kapanen. Since we're basing everything on on what they merit, obviously Kapanen deserves that opportunity. But maybe they're looking at it from the point of view as let's see if we give him his chance. I mean, in all fairness, if you want to look at the work of Anderson in past years, he's always played well against the Toronto Maple Leafs. So maybe that's just a temporary thing why they're starting him. So we'll see. He seems to have success when he plays against Toronto. He seems to score pretty much all the times that they're
Which
head
player
to
scored the
head.
first goal for the Montreal game last season?
It was Josh Anderson.
No.
No, Cole Caulfield.
No.
Who was it? It
We'll
was.
give you a third chance, Mr. Top. Who scored the first goal
uh,
for the Montreal Canadiens in the chat, guys? I give you. I'm not. But
Jake Evans.
who?
Jake Evans.
Yeah, Jake Evans scored the first goal. If you remember,
Yeah.
he intercepted the puck at the blue line. He create a
Yes. Yes.
turnover, and then he's coming on the breakaway, score a goal. Again, the Toronto Maple Leafs. Jake Evans, the first goal. And then
I remember
another
that.
player scored a goal without after that. He stopped for 39 games with no goal. Who it was?
Um, it would have. It wasn't Anderson.
Jesse Ireland.
Island, and yes, okay, you're right.
So Alanon last year scored the first game he
First
goal.
game,
He have a goal. Then after that, you have to wait long time. He put 2 goals in the same game. And
right?
then after have to wait another long time to get his 4 goal of the season. But you have only 3 games of the 50, 60 game he played last year have a goal in NHL. By the way, he got
And
clapped.
he looked very good on the penalty shots as well. In overtime, the shootouts. So he was one of the top three that was shooting for Montreal, but unfortunately it didn't materialize, and we'll see.
Yeah, and Jamie said, I believe the third line going to struggle. I think so too. I think the chemistry, but we could be wrong here. Thank for the next 2 likes. Cold Ab finished last in the league this season. Of course, Butch. They finished last. Kyle, Voco.
In the league, no, I
Oh, in
doubt
the
that.
league. No, in the league. No, no,
No,
no, no, no. I apologize. In the league, no.
yeah, in the
Wait,
division
Mr.
maybe.
Tap. I'm going to put you on the hot seat tonight. So wait on that one, Mr. Tap, about this one. And 2025, Petrie and Allen are no longer on the cap. Hughes would be able to pay half of the Anderson contract if you want to dump him, Steven. Yeah, it could happen on that one. It's nice shootout, the goal at Mark. If you remember, Suzuki and Allen have a lot of goal at the shootout at the beginning of the season. Then after that, they really came cold after that.
Suzuki was pretty good all year long. He was very consistent on the shootout.
Great point, Antoine, about Kubidak. Joseph, you're right about this. Victor, welcome back in the house. Allen was put on the waiver. The Sun remain the same. You're absolutely right about this. Defenseman Minnesota, Madison Coley, Hudson, Saval, Jekai, Barron. No surprise there. This is exactly
No,
extra ball. Goaltender is Montembeau and Primo right now. But again, I just want to mention to you guys, it's still 2 days before the beginning of the season. If something could change for the Montreal Canadiens lineup before that, there was a lineup today, but I'm not guaranteed it will be the same tomorrow, Mr. Tap. And we'll see. It's not guaranteed it's going to be the next same lineup for the next 3 games anyway. Toronto, Boston, and Ottawa. What a great start, Mr. Montreal, Mr. and Tap. We have rivalry right away. And we're just missing Friday night.
oh
Why
my
not to play an
gosh,
excellent game again, the Quebec Nordic again, the Montreal Canadiens, Mr. Tap? Why not? Why not to
that's
have
all we
Taylor
need, right?
Stachny with Dale Hunter, Michel Goulet,
Oh my
Dan
gosh.
Bouchard, Wally Weir with them. And then we have, of course, Mac Hunter with Mario Tremblay and Chris Chelios. And can go all the women's stuff between the Quebec. It was the great time. We should make a show sometime. We missed this one. We should, we talk about Montreal Exposure in summer. We should make a show about the Riveté Quebec Nordic
Rivalries.
and the Montreal Canadiens.
Yeah,
What do you remember the most? What I think it would be great to talk about this
absolutely.
for that one. Portuguese are in our type a coach won the channel hockey competition this year. Um, are you talking about the fantasy
That
hockey? Yes, we do. If that's what you're talking about. Martin, Alex Bariboulet, Christian, you're absolutely right about that. Thanks for all the likes we got so far, Mr. Tap. We crossed the 50 likes so far. Tobesh have a good camp as a goaltender. You're absolutely right about this. So we talk about the
mhm.
line, Mr. Tap, so that's pretty good. Of course, the power play is Suzuki, Caulfield, Doc, Sakoski, Madison. And then a
Yeah,
second is Alex Bariboulet with Gallagher, Devorak, Lane Hudson, and New Hook. So no Josh Anderson, no Joel Amir on the power play number 2 for Montreal Canadiens right now. Expect 90-second power play number 1, and then after that, people panicking about Lane Hudson. Don't worry, it's going to
well,
come
yes,
at some point for that.
just one thing, coach. I think today, if I'm not mistaken, I saw in the second power play unit, they had Hudson, they had Beret Boulet, they had Newhook, and they had Armia with Gallagher, if I'm not mistaken.
Really? Amir was there?
Yeah, yeah, he played there for a while. I
So hold
remember.
on. We have Lane Hudson, Alex Bariboulet,
Yeah,
Devorak,
Belay.
Gallagher.
The I don't think Dvorak was on there. I think it was Newhook. and then Armia and Gallagher, I
Really?
think. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but I thought that's what I saw.
I'm surprised. I not disagree.
Yeah.
I saw the tweet, but I cannot remember exactly about that. The barbecue boulet, I like that one too. Every has the most loose because his his best chance of winning. And sure, what's up? Pizza is in the house on top.
Welcome,
Um,
pizza.
Pizza, you called it about what? You're right. A2 Nordic Quebec. Ab, thanks for all the likes. Bob Smith is in the house. Thanks so much for that one. And though that Warmir is, I think would be interesting if happening about the power play number 2 for Montreal Canadiens for sure. Instead of that, we're going to move on. Dimitrov today play game. Play 5 minutes 31 seconds. So besides that,
Ridiculous.
the game is 11:30 p.m. my time in Thailand. So it's midnight,
I
right?
know where you're going.
Most of the game are at 11:30 p.m. Besides that, some at 10 o'clock my time or 9 o'clock my time. Anyhow, until we don't change the time, I'm still 11:30. When we change time, it will be 12:30 p.m. So what I do, I watch the game, I cut the game, like I recording the game, and then I see Dimitrov on the ice. Boom. I prepare a video for my
Clip.
X account right away after the first
Yeah.
period. I gave all the stats about Dimitrov. Now I watch the game. He played 5 minutes. I will repeat again. He played 5 minutes is 16 seconds and the first period. Everything looking good. 1-1 after 20 minutes. Play 4 line. Everything is perfectly good for Rottenberg. But Rottenberg, guys, is like, how can, like, it's like a bomb, but you never know when the bomb is going to be dropped down. It's not that. Like, you never know where
I
his
know.
decision. So, at the beginning of the game, at the second period, the SK got the penalty. Now they trail 2-1. Dimitrov play a shift, 15 seconds, and they have a stop by the goaltender, if I can recall it. He go back to the bench. So I have that clip myself for the second period. I have a 15-second Dimitrov, and you
The
barely
whole
see him
night.
on the screen, right? So I'm waiting for the
Yeah.
rest. He never touched the ice after that. Never.
It's
He
it's
played the
ridiculous.
rest of the game with 3 line. So you never see Dimitrov and the rest of the 4 line. You have a second period setup. The first 10 minutes, you have 3 penalties. So I can understand he don't play a power play PK. I expect him. I'll be honest with you, Mr. Tap, at the second period is 1:15 a.m. It take a lot for me to give up. I give up. I say, you know what? Forget about that. I make another tweet on the after second period, then I disappear. I say I go to bed. Why to watching? He's not going to use him. And I wake up this
I,
morning, no power,
and he did use them.
nothing for the middle at the third period. SKA went for 3 in overtime. But it's painful to watch. This last game prior to that, he played 4 minutes. The game before that, he played 7 minutes. Send the tripping game, 4 game before that. His time is really go down, down, down. Less shift after less shift. Last game was 13 forward. Yesterday was the 4 line. But again, he played a solid first period. This is the second game in the last 4 games. He played a good period. He was there on the first goal, Mr. Tap, but he was covered he was covered the defenseman. He was at the right spot. He got a -1 on that one. The front end was really bad. No cover there. But I don't understand right now. So this is a subject will be very interesting to follow up with Dimitrov, Montreal Canadiens, and the
Absolutely.
KHL. And they have 1 or 2 players and an injury right now. They have Kuznetsov, one of them. And
Kuznetsov, yeah.
they have another one. Both of them come back in the lineup. I don't know what happened there. So
I know.
there's something. And the only play they can do is send him with his brother with VHL team. But Montreal said, "Can you're going to make a change? We're going to pay attention on that situation." Um, it's not American Hockey League. It's they don't have to dim it up to develop because their job is to win game over there. So I can understand the KHL situation, right? But if Dimitrov was really bad, Mr. Nata, if he was slow or he was like not deserved to be there, I wouldn't understand. But A, he played okay with the team over there. They need goal
Mhm.
sometimes. So I just disagree with him. And I was Rottenberg, Mr.
Hey,
Nata. The game before that or the game before that, I don't know which one, right?
it's crazy.
The the goalie is regular best goalie. Gave two goals in the first period. And one of them was not his fault. 2-1 was on top. We're about like 6 minutes to go remaining of first period. He removed the goaltender of the game. His second goalie is save percentage 8.35, I believe. It's weird. It's weird to
It's
follow
crazy.
that. So
Yeah, their decision making is very difficult. Well, it explains to me, like I kept refreshing my X feed, and I never saw anything in the third period that you put out. So now I understand why.
oh yeah, I was like I
For
was pissed off.
starters,
The game before that, I
but
watched the game again. The last three games, he never played a third period, Mr. Top. Like
yeah, exactly. And
it's
I
like two
don't
o'clock in the
understand.
morning. I will try to make a video after that with all the highlights, at least the shift of, but make a video 5 minutes of the shift. It's waste my time. You know what I mean? Like it's just like
Yeah,
I prefer to watch Konishkov. Konishkov win yesterday 4-0. Konishkov played 22 minutes, Mr. On top.
that's right.
So
That's right.
how you can watch this? So I have two computer. I have a iPad. So I put Kushnikov game. I put Dimitrov, and then I'm watching what's going on with my recording on the left side. So
Right.
I'm like a ESPN, Mr. On top, live with everything's going on in front of me. Kushnikov there, Dimitrov over there. But it is what it is. So I
And
give up
DJ.
on that.
Yeah. Look, it's not a good situation that he's in right now. I don't pretend to understand the reasoning and the logic that they're putting behind the actions that we're seeing. Here you have an offensively challenged team, and who's the player of the month, but Demidov, and you don't play him. Like it, it just goes against all logical thinking processes to me. I think when you again, just from a speculative point of view, I think when you're looking at what's going on here, they know that Demidov is gone after the year. Why would they invest in his development? They have no interest in seeing him develop. So, given that situation, um, uh, I think that Hughes has to really look at this very, very closely. And if there's some way to get him over, do it as soon as possible because he's not learning much and he should be playing. He's such a dynamic player and needs to be progressing at and developing at the right rate. And something like this, if it continues all year, I mean, he's going to be a little bit behind in his development. I believe, even though he's an excellent player, they just have to. I don't know. And maybe it's just a money grab that they're looking for. They're figuring if we keep benching him, we might get some heads turned around in over in North America from Montreal, and they'll make an offer, a big money offer to get him over, um, and that's all it is. I don't know. Again, that's just my opinion, my speculation on what I'm seeing. But you can't sit this guy. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, I just want to open the door for explain for the people. So if Dimitar want to get rid, Dimitar at the beginning of the season said, "I want to respect my contract with SKA." That's the first thing he says.
Yes,
But if you want to leave the team, the only way they have to buy out is Dimitar had to give them $1.2 million and to the team of his own pocket. Now, Mr. Natab, you already know how he's going to turn around everything like that, but this is the way it works on the SKA or the KHL if he wants to get out of that one. So
Yeah,
Would be
I'm
really
sure
interesting about what could
with
happen.
Molson they can figure it out with Molson's money.
Yeah.
I'm confident of that.
And finally, thanks for all the like. We get missing a couple to get 60. So if we can push, don't forget tomorrow night we're back for the projection Montreal Canadiens, the overview of each players and the team with projection at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So I invite everybody to join us. We're going to have a live 3-game NHL. We're going to talk about those games and similarly at the same time. We're going to see what it look like. But join me at 8:30 p.m. And prayer a thought for all the people involved. And Hélène hurricane for the last couple of days, weeks now, for the people who was touched. It's terrible, Mr. Tap. I've been to the Katrina in
Absolutely ruined.
2005. I see everything down. I cannot imagine North Carolina, Asheville area, example, South Carolina, North Carolina, like I mentioned, Georgia, Florida. And now we have another one's coming with
Another one.
category
Yeah.
4 5 right now and maybe at the Tampa Bay area. So I've been there at the Category 5, and I don't wish everybody to be a part of a hurricane because it's not
Yeah.
easy. Um, did I tell you my story about my first hurricane, Mr. Natap?
Was it a date of yours?
1996, 1996 or 98. My first hurricane, Mr. Natap, as a rookie hurricane guy. I was in Biloxi, Mississippi, Mr. Natap.
In
I was
Mississippi.
working
Okay.
with Sea Wolves during that time, and
Okay.
I did not know clue what it was. And the hurricane, so that was me. Was like, we see this before in my life. I can't handle that. But I was not there. At some point, on top, 4:36 a.m. I was lay down on my bathroom, on my bathtub, with a mattress over my head.
Oh my goodness.
So that's the way it looked like. And then as a rookie at 7 a.m., I see the lights. I say, hey, everybody is at the rink right now because they use like a shelter. It's about 1.2 miles. So why not take the car to get there? First of all, I
Big
have
mistake.
1 foot of water over my tire. Like my tire was there. So I go in my car. I said, all right, go to the ring. It's not that. Everything is down. Like the poles, the electric poles are in the street, and you go around, you in the water. It's like the worst thing you can
It's
do. I did
crazy.
everything what you should not do, Mr. Antap, and the hurricane.
Exactly.
I did everything again. I got stopped by the police. Where you going? I'm going to cover. I'm
I
going
got
to
to go to work.
it was crazy, Mr. Tap. Yeah, about 4,000 people at the shelter. I stayed there for 1 day, Mr. Tap. But I can go all the way with that. Two Québécois
Yeah.
about that. If you don't know, that year, Mr. Tap, I was with Yannick Jean. Yannick Jean became the number one winners, won the most game as a coach in the QM. Yannick Jean with the Chicoutimi Saguenay. Anyway, Mr. Tap, let's move on
Great.
with other subject. I apologize. It was just, it was a time to make a
No,
break
always interesting.
about that.
Interesting
Montreal
stories.
Canadiens, Mr. Tap, Samuel Montembeault, is it a fair treatment?
Meaning?
My question to you is this part. Montreal Canadiens, in the last 2 seasons,
Mm-hmm.
since he played with the Team Canada, they use a 3 goalie system.
Yes.
He was not involved with, like, it was like barely every 5 days to have a start. This year, they gave him 1 game and 2 games with half of 30 minutes. He got Mr. Tap only 42 shots during all those games he played in American in the preseason. Do you think they will treat Carey Price the same way? Like Samuel Montembeault is a number 1 goaltender for Montreal. Are we not doing give him the best preparation of a goaltender number 1 or not?
Well, we could turn around and say the same thing about pretty much the entire first line, right? Um, I think in defense of what their actions were, I think they know that Montebo, at least to start off the year, will be their number one. He was last year, and he will continue to be again this year. Even though we'll probably see more action this year out of Primo than in the past, I think when we had the three goalie system, it wasn't ideal for anybody. So that's something separate. But he's a number one, and you know what to sort of expect, and I think he's done a good job of staying the course and preparing himself both physically and mentally for the starting duties. And is it fair? Probably not. Is it expected? I think that's what the case was here. Like I said, you could say the same thing about Suzuki, Caulfield, Slavkovsky. They didn't play very much at all in the preseason for various reasons, and they're going to go on the premise that these are professionals and that they're ready to go game one.
Yeah, like Gary said, this preseason game in Santa was weird and wild.
Yes, absolutely.
I think the injury of Patrick Laney hurt the rest of the season. Montreal got scared about the injuries, return of that. I think that's the reason behind everything for them for the Montreal Canadiens.
It became a circus
preseason.
Yeah.
Now, Mr. Tap, Buffalo at 4W, one loss at the preseason. Something like that. Okay. The New Jersey are 1-6. They go to Czechia, start the season. New Jersey win all both games, and now Lindy Ruff is going to pète les plombs demain matin à la pratique de Buffalo Sabres. Be ready, skater, Buffalo Sabres. Lindy Ruff is going to be hard on them. 1 goal and 2 games. Yeah, 2 goals, but one of the goals is like they put Jake Allen in the net to have a goal. No scoring for the Buffalo Sabres. So Lindy Ruff, ladies and gentlemen, be ready tomorrow. Is going to let them skating a lot, and will be all going to be the response for the Buffalo Sabres. But this is, you never know what the training camp and then versus the season start. Not saying Montreal is going to be like score 4 goals, 3 on power play, but you never know.
I mean,
you cannot focusing on the outcome of the preseason game. That's my point behind that.
No, totally. I mean, you don't put much weight in terms of what the scores in those exhibition games were, but to get back to the Buffalo situations, I mean, so far I know it's early, 2 games only, but what we're seeing is pretty much what we saw last year, and that is the inability to score, which is surprising because the year before they seemed to be like an offensive machine. They could win games, 7-6 with little effort, and then last year we saw a huge correction in that, and now we're again, first 2 games only, but we're seeing a similar pattern emerging. So hopefully they can get it together. Otherwise, it's going to be another long year.
That's right, though. Then, Mr. Tap, it's time for the clash, Mr. Tap, with the people in the chat. Absolutely or what?
Or not at all.
Not at all, Mr. Tap. This is what we're going to get for the clash tonight. 4 questions for you, Mr. Tap. And then we're going to send you to the hot seat of the show tonight for the Montreal Canadiens and for everything about that. A lot of great comment about goaltender, guys, in the chat. Keep up with your great works. 65 likes, Mr. Tap. What a great night, Mr. Tap, tonight.
Yeah, excellent.
Does Joshua Roy deserve to be in Laval? Absolutely or not at all?
Based on his play, I would say absolutely. I think we saw better efforts out of the other 3 players, and if you go based on merit, the other 3 deserve it over Roy right now. So absolutely.
I disagree. I go not at all. I think Roy should be there. I think Emil and Eman should be in the Laval Rocket for the beginning of the season. And then if Roy struggle, but again, it's Alex Barry-Boulet make this that's fun about that one over there. Everybody said yes, absolutely. I'm the only one going to say that.
But Coach, you do not believe that he had a slightly worse.
Who has the most points, Mr. Tap, on the 20? François Degg, subscriber. Thanks so much, François. Who has the most points, Mr. Tap, and the preseason game?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Just what?
It, how many points did he have?
4 point, 1 goal, 3 assists.
Probably all in the first 2 games, I would assume.
Kapanen, I think at 5 point, but I think it's 4, and then Kapanen
Kapanen.
at 4 point, 3 point. They
Yeah,
were right have
yeah.
2 goals.
But it's based more on that. And again, I wouldn't worry. I think that his stay down there is probably short. But I don't know. From what I saw from those 4 players in particular, I thought the other 3 were slightly above him.
Luc said, Coach is always against the maturity. All right, Mr. Top, maybe now I'm going to be with the right people. Should the Habs claim Jacob Pilsey?
No, I don't see where it improves a particular spot for us in the lineup. I think we have enough of those types of players that it doesn't merit picking him up in my eyes. I like Pelletier. Don't get me wrong. I thought he showed some good flashes with Calgary, but I don't know if he fits with Montreal right now. So I'll say not at all.
Okay. Absolutely.
Go ahead. I knew it.
I would say
Luke?
the reason why. What is the problem for the Montreal Canadiens?
Size.
Put the
Scoring.
puck in the net.
Yeah. Size and scoring. Yeah.
That's what Peggy does.
Well, he hasn't shown it with any
He
consistency.
dominated American Hockey League in the last 3 seasons.
Right, but with Calgary, he didn't show it in the
Look,
limited
his
time
season,
that he was given.
and Calgary last year, Mr. Tap. You want to see Peggy?
As Sutter would say, who? Who is he? What number is he again?
2 years ago, yeah. Petsy had the same number of points as Joshua White last season, 10 points. He played 37 games in NHL.
How many games
I have
did
9
Watt play?
points before that. My point behind that, Mr. Tap, why not? Why not to give a chance?
I don't understand why they didn't keep him
And
in
send
Calgary.
him to Laval. That's all.
Well, yeah, if that's your claim that you want to put him in Laval, that I could see that in hopes that he rediscovers his scoring touch. But
I
right
will give
now
you
it doesn't
another
help
question. I'm
Montreal.
going to give you a following
Does he
question.
give you size? Does he give you size? No.
Do you prefer Raphael Pinard, Harvey Pinard, or Jacob Pelletier?
Well, I haven't seen Pelletier for any extended period of time to compare him to RHP. What I see out of RHP is a guy that's gives it his all to get into the corners, dig out the puck. I mean, he tries to lay hits. So I like that aspect of his game. It's just that after that time he came up from Laval and last year, then he didn't quite get that same. He didn't have that same flash in terms of getting points, but I thought his style was still good. Things that he
Yeah.
did out there were okay, but is he better than RHP? I would say from a statistical point of view, he's probably better. But from what I'm seeing on the ice, they're pretty much a saw off. I wouldn't. I don't think either one right now helps the team.
All right. RDP, are you ready? Up, are you ready?
Yeah, go ahead. I know where this is going.
Mandebo Primo over UPL and Levi.
Oh my goodness. Not at all. I like UPL. I think that I think that he's a big goalie who really plays his angles well. I don't think I don't think he was to be blamed for anything that transpired this past couple games. I think he did his job. Like in one game, New Jersey totally outplayed Buffalo and outshot them as well. And if it wasn't for him, it probably would have been a wider margin. Um, Levi, I have to see more of. Like from what I've seen so far, he's been struggling a little bit. Doesn't have the same kind of size, obviously, as UPL, but kind of equal with Primo. I think Primo probably has been a little bit better, but UPL is probably better than Monty in my eyes. So I'm going to say not at all.
Right now, everybody is not at all, Mr. Top, so we're going not at all.
That's it. Conform, coach.
Thanks
Conform.
for everybody, guys. We crossed the 70 likes, Mr. Top.
Beautiful. Thank you, everyone.
Here we go. Why not to finish one with the Montreal Canadiens? Then, guys, we're going to do the hot seat with Mr. Tap. It's not a hot seat, but there's a lot of questions about NHL. It's going to be a fire
Rapid
question
fire?
for Mr. Tap after that. Cash
Okay.
will come back. Excel is in the house. I look at it, see highlights. It doesn't really stand out. This is 5-9. And Montreal Canadiens, Mr. Tap, over 82 points.
Well, you know what my prediction was at the beginning of the year, and that was even with line A in the lineup, and that was between 80 and 82 points. Will they get over 82 points? I just don't see where they're going to steal those points from. I will say not at all.
Not at
It'll be
all.
it'll be slightly under. I think it'll be more than last year, but it'll be under the 82 mark.
Look like Fortin is always stuck with 88.
Yeah, why not?
I tried to figure out who was the driver for the number 88 and not Skull. Anyhow,
So
not
random.
over Nicolas, over and 26, not over no François, not Randy, under to by less of 4, Darrell, Pete, Darrell, less. Yeah, I think I will go with Mr. on Tap. Not at all, too.
That's it, coach. Isn't it better to agree?
Yeah, for you said that, you know what? He's going to get 82 points on Tap.
You
All right,
see, I told you should always have exact in there as well.
exactly.
What a beautiful change room, eh? Locker room.
Are you ready, Mr. Tap?
Let's do it. Go
All
ahead.
right.
Put me on
It's
the hot
just
seat.
yes or no, or just a quick comment. I have about 15 questions for you, Mr. Tap.
Wow.
The people in the chat, if you can answer quickly, you can. If not, but here we go. First, head coach fire.
Lindy Ruff. No. I'm joking. First coach fired. Oh goodness. Have to run through the teams. I can't think of one. Like there's been so much turnover last year with the coaching. I think that if I'm not mistaken, I think 75% of the coaches changed over the
16,
last 2
17, but
years.
I will say to you, Mr. Tap, for me, it's direct Lalonde.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's hard to fire anybody because they're almost all new at their jobs and their positions. So yeah, I'll go along with that too because it's the most logical.
All right, sound good. Mr. Tap, bold prediction.
Bold.
Buffalo in the playoff.
You want me to get in trouble with RDP, don't you? uh I it all depends. It all depends what Detroit does, Ottawa does, obviously, and the other team nobody talks about is the New York Islanders. Can the New York Islanders get back in the playoff spot now that they have a full year of Patrick Roy as their coach? So Buffalo in the playoffs, I'm going to say no this year. What does coach think?
I go with yes.
So that you must be thinking 5 from the Atlantic and
Yes.
3 from the Metropolitan. Okay.
Everybody said no, Mr. Tap, so I'm good with that. Mr. Tap,
Contrarian.
Montreal Canadiens, you're not there tomorrow for the projection?
No, unfortunately.
Yes or no? Bottom 6. So six,
In the
5, 4, 3, 2, 1 for the NHL draft. Yes or no?
close. I'm going to be a little bit more optimistic and say no, but it'll be close. It'll be something like 6, 7, or 8. One of those 3
6, Mr.
spots.
Tap, is part of the answer.
Well, that's exact, right? So it wouldn't be under.
Are you going to go 6 and less or
Okay.
over 6?
I think they finished 7th or 8th. 7th or 8th. I don't think
All
they'll
right.
be bottom 6.
They are finishing, Mr. Tap, barely 6 or 7. So I'm going to get 6, but I expect 6, 7, Mr. Tap. Remember that one, Mr. Tap.
6 or 7. Well, that's what I had said. 6, 7, or 8.
Mr. Tap, let's go with rookies.
Rookies,
Mishkov,
yes.
over 48 points.
No. Close, but just slightly under.
No. You said?
No. I said no. No. There's the Tortorella factor to consider.
A lot of people put Montreal not at the bottom 6, Mr. Tap. So,
See? They agree.
Mishkov, over 48 points.
No.
Yes,
Slightly
no,
under.
yes, A2. Or yes, Gary. The top 10 are really good, Gary, next year, NHL draft. It's a 50-50, Mr. Tap.
So break the tie, coach. What do you think?
I'll go with no.
Okay. I agree.
Because the Flowers, Tortorella.
Mm-hmm. You have to work hard defensively first, and that's his Achilles heel.
Leinartson, over 38.5, Mr. Tap.
I love that 0.5 you have to throw in there.
I know you're going to give me an exact. So I say, you know what? I'm
Exact.
going to surprise him now.
Hudson. I'm going to say, see, the problem is how much time will he have off? If the power play ever gets clicking, it's a definite over. I think he will. I think he'll slightly make it over that mark. I think he could hit 40.
I would go yes.
Yeah. I think as the season goes on, his responsibilities will grow. He'll be on that first power play unit, and I think that's where he's going to get the bulk of his points.
Yeah, gal is it's like a Vegas, right? When you have to bet before the season starts. When the season starts, you cannot bet after that on that
That's
one
right.
for sure. Mr. Tap, who won Shelton Keeve? Win the Jack Adams.
Um, it's a strong possibility. I could see that. Will he win it? Yeah, I think if he brings the team, I mean, the expectation obviously is not only will New Jersey bounce back and make the playoffs, that they're going to be, quite the team to contend with, and could challenge, you know, the top team, New York, probably in that division for first place. So if that happens, I would definitely say yes.
Yes. If you give you a runner up, Mr. Tap, who it will be?
Wouldn't be surprised in if Utah really has a good year, Coach, I wouldn't be surprised. Um, oh my gosh, his name escapes me right now. The French coach. What's his name
For
again?
which team again?
Utah. What's
André
his name
Tourigny.
again? Tournier. Yes, exactly. I would not be surprised. He has some pretty solid players on that team again this year. I think that the city is behind the team. I think they're really excited about being in Utah, and after a couple of years of playing in a shoebox, and they'll be hard to defeat. I could possibly even see a playoff spot for Utah this year,
Mr.
possibly.
Top, I will go with Andrew Brunette for Nashville Predator.
It's a little bit more of a safe bet. You did say be bold, right?
So I go with Nashville and New Jersey. Some people put Berube, Mr. Top. Look, la personne says Berube for Toronto Maple Leafs. Talking about Toronto
No,
Maple Leafs, Mr. Top, right there, 60 goal, Matthews.
no, no. I already gave my prediction earlier. I don't think he hits 50. I think he hits about 48 this year.
48.
And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. There's a lot of pressure on him this year as a captain, number one. Number two, I'm not 100% sold that he's gonna be available the entire season. If he can stay healthy, he might come close to it, but I don't see that, and that's a bold prediction that I'm making.
You know what? You're right, but I will add one more thing if you don't mind.
Hmm.
The system of Berube will drop
Yes,
a little bit the offensive of Sheldon Keefe.
that's a good point. Yeah,
So I think it would be more at 48, but that's the way I see that.
yeah.
All right, Mr. Anton, not done yet. Well, a couple more for you. San Jose finished last in the standing.
Uh, wow. Hmm. I'll say yes. I think they'll be very exciting team to watch because they have some very uh, talented players on that team that they've acquired over the last couple of years. Plus, a couple guys last year like Eglund and Grandland that showed some promise as well. So they're going to be an exciting team to watch, but I still think they'll finish last.
Interesting about comments. No, Calgary. Some people put Calgary Mr. Antap at the last. I don't see that.
No, no, they still have some talent. Not much, but
I think you like my question, Mr. Antap. Mitch Marner hit the UF3 in 2025.
uh, no. I think he gets traded at the trade deadline time. To be honest with you, I think pretty much this is a trial period for him. I think they've come to that agreement internally that hey, let's see how the year goes with you playing, and if they see that there isn't that gelling together with the other players on the team, and that he's still same old Marner, very soft when it comes to getting involved in plays. He's gone by trade deadline time.
All right, Mr. Antap. Regression team, Vancouver, Carolina, Winnipeg.
Yes, yes, yes.
All agree with me?
Very easy. Very easy.
Do you see another team? Quick on your
That
head.
will that will regress. Uh, I think they'll still be a very good team, but I think we'll see a little bit of regression in Florida as well. And I say that because they've lost about two or three solid players, and they're all on defense as well. And given that over the last 2.5 years, pretty much they've gone the distance. I mean, that takes a toll on a team over the course of time. And if somebody like Bobrovsky gets injured, I don't think that they have very much to back him up. I just don't think Spencer Knight is quite ready yet to take on the lead chair on the team. So maybe Florida, a little bit of regression there as well.
Some said Dallas, some said
No,
Calgary. Tampa
yes,
regress.
Calgary, yes, based on last year, yeah. I don't see
Alors,
Dallas.
70 points, mais sans tape, Célébriné, 50 points.
70. He's going to come awfully close. Celebrini might be slightly under. I I think they'll both. I think maybe Bedard could do it. I don't think Celebrini hits 50, but he's going to be very close.
All right, so both under slightly.
No, I think Bedard might do it, like 70, 71, 72, something like that. So it's a split there. Bottom five.
The bottom five is on top. San Jose, Chicago, Columbus, Calgary, Anaheim. Do you see any other team, or do you agree with the statement on that one?
And no, it looks pretty good so far. Like unless one of these teams makes a leap, but I don't anticipate that. They've got very young teams. I don't see anybody in that other than those five teams in the bottom five.
Uh, yeah, I think for me, this is pretty much what the month. That's what I believe is going to be again. If you think about this, San Jose, Chicago, Columbus, Anaheim, repeat team.
Uh, yeah, I mean Anaheim could improve a little bit, like maybe a spot or two. It just depends how well they gel together. Um, but I'll stick to them as the bottom five.
Yeah, I agree with you. About that, don't forget, everybody will be back tomorrow. Mr. That was your last one, by the way. So you did pretty good uh, on this one,
No
Mr.
hot
Tap.
seat. That wasn't a hot seat, coach.
Yeah, no, but it was fun to see that together.
It
On that,
was.
Vinny
Yes.
Moore, subscriber of the Hockey Nation Show.
Welcome, Vinny. Welcome.
Are you agree, disagree, Mr. Tap? For finishing, guys, the show will be back tomorrow night. The Accuracy website put the Montreal Canadiens duo center number one, number two, and NHL. They make all the classification from 132. The first one, Tressado, McDavid example. Um,
Mhm.
and make the, and I think I tried 3 times to say Montreal is 18 or 19. 18. I was like, honestly, Mr. Tap, 18 or 19. Are you agree or disagree with that statement? Montreal should be higher or lower at 18 the best duo center in NHL, Suzuki and Kirby Doc.
As of now, right? That's what
Yes.
we're assuming. Yeah, you know what? I would probably put them in that category. I wouldn't disagree with that statement. They might be slightly higher, but I don't think that they've reached their full potential yet. I think they're capable of being. I would say if everything goes well with Doc, and he definitely becomes your number two centerman. I think that's where the question mark is right now. I think Suzuki has shown on a consistent basis that he can. If you don't want to consider him a number one center, he's most definitely one of the best number two centers in the league. But Doc has yet to show that over time. And so that's probably why they're ranked around 18th. But if Doc can prove it this year and he stays healthy and produces, I think you're talking probably top 10.
Yes. I just want to clarify something, Mr. Atta, before I give you answer that. Victor said that if Calgary picks second to 10, it goes to Montreal Canadiens. No, it's reverse. Victor.
Yeah.
So if Calgary select between first to 10,
Top
the pick
top 10 protected.
is protected, and the Montreal get the pick of the Fleur Panthers.
Or do they have the option to take it next year?
Not that one.
No.
Not anymore.
No. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So that will give, because they trade that to the Florida, trade to Calgary, Calgary trade to Montreal Canadiens. So that will happen that way. So if Calgary finish
11th.
11th,
11th, then that's
Montreal
good.
did not get the Florida Panthers pick, and they get the Calgary Flame 11. So
Right.
and the last 3 seasons, Mr. Tap, Montreal Canadiens, when they have a pick for another team, they got screwed every time.
Thank you. Thank you for the good news.
It's true, Mr. Tap.
I know. You're right. You're right.
Florida Panthers 2 years ago,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And this
And
year,
they finished.
it was the Winnipeg Jets.
That's right.
The year 2 years ago, before for Philippe Mazar,
I think it was number 25.
it was Calgary, if I can recall it.
It may have been, yeah. But it was number 25, I think.
Well, Mazar
Number
was
25
26.
pick.
But just to give you
26.
an idea, every
26.
year they go that direction, Mr. Tap, on that one. I tried to pick up. Great comment, N26. Earlier, I said to you in the
Okay.
chat, a lot of comments in the chat every day. We're missing, guys, maybe 1 or 2 likes to get 80. I don't know if we can get there. If you don't mind, that'd be great.
I like
Add
I like
trade a good player to Flame to help them finish 11.
yeah, I like Marco's comment. It reminds me of the days of Guy Lafleur and what Sam Pollock went through. That's amazing. Yeah, they should do something to that effect.
Yeah. That we need. Calgary Messantable not looking good, right?
No, not great, but who knows? Maybe somebody will stand on their head and allow them to finish 11th. We'll see.
Awesome to hear that, Messantable. I think we all go through everything, Messantable. 10:21 for
great.
everybody in the chat, so I think we're going to shut down here. But what a great night, Messantable.
Amazing.
This is where I believe we should be that way every night, where the people are excited for the upcoming season. Tomorrow night is going to be a great show tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, guys, about the projection Montreal Canadiens as a team and as a player. We did a couple of weeks ago, under, over, or everything like that. Now, tomorrow, we're going a little bit more deeper about the Montreal Canadiens, and I will give you a little bit the overview of the upcoming season, 2024-2025 Montreal Canadiens, and the outcome at the end. What your expectation for Sakaski, Zuski, Caulfield, Madison, Hudson, Jekar, everybody else, the power play, the PK, the race of the Calder Trophy, and we're going to give you everything, guys, tomorrow night. So this is a show that guy get a little bit more excited. I understand the injury hurt the Montreal Canadiens, but also the excitement for Montreal Canadiens. But you have a lot of things to looking for, Mr. Tap, for the upcoming season. The lane Hudson in the lineup, I think this is really right there. The development of Uri Sakaski would be interesting to see what he looked like. The first line with Montreal Canadiens, how they going to react now? And this is what I feel like the development front player. Oliver Kapanen, this is a great for me to see. Finally, Mr. Tap, I want to finish with that one. I don't know if I have this one here. I don't think so. But I just want to sharing everybody. I'm going to talk more about this tomorrow. Remember, everybody, Montreal Canadiens are a rebuilding team. Montreal Canadiens are only at the season 3 of the rebuilding team. Never forget that. Every time you talk about Montreal Canadiens, your expectation, your enthusiasm, your excitement, remember, this is a team, is still a rebuilding team. And I know I said that 3-4 times the last 10 seconds or so. It's because I think sometimes we get the hope is so high for really who they are. And
that's exactly it.
And that's the reality behind that. So we have to consider to think about that way. And I think this is the way, for me, I see this upcoming season. I want improvement. I want development. And if they reach the 2 and my prospects are getting better and better, this is the direction Montreal Canadiens. And this the upcoming season, Mr. Tap, we're going to finish that way because you're not going to be there tomorrow night, is how the Canadiens are going to manage this season. Because in the past, nothing happened the last two NHL draft, trade deadline, Mr. Tap, because they have nothing to do, right?
Right.
This year, they have the Savard case, the Joel Amir case, the Jake Eben case, the Christian Devorek case, the Michael Peseda case, and then because I think they are going to be flexibility to move up or move down players. I think, example, the Joshua Roy, the Eben Eneman example, Alex Barry-Boulet, Logan Mailloux, can they get, and the injury could make another effect of the season Montreal Canadiens. So this is going to be a very interesting to see that. We're going to miss you tomorrow night, Mr. Tap. Well done with the great performance of you tonight at the Hockey Nation Show. That's the reason. Remember, that's who you are.
You are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you.
Here we go, Mr. Tap. Thanks so much to be a part of the show tonight. We want to thank RJ Calabre, who was really active with all the news around the NHL. John Anderson, Mr. Tap, RIP, is the oldest goaltender alive with the Boston Bruins at 91 years old. Passed away today. Yeah. So we
rest in peace.
Sorry, prayer. Please, all the people and the next hurricane, be safe, everybody, and hopefully everything will be fine. And all the people recovery for the Helen hurricane, please, we are on your prayer and thought about you. Each one of you guys, it's not easy. It really look bad over there. And of course, for all the people in the chat, thanks for being with us tonight. Moderator Luciano, run with Kings. Thanks so much. Laptop, again, thank you. And all the people, click on the like tonight. We did well about that one. Don't forget to be back at 8:30 tomorrow night for another show, Montreal Canadiens, before the season starts Wednesday and Thursday. So Tap, your last word
Coach,
of the show.
Yeah, I was just going to say, do you realize that if Montreal does not make the playoffs this year, it'll be their fourth year in a row, and it's the only time in team history 4 years in a row. So a little bit of FYI.
Why you finish the show with negativity?
No, maybe it's not negative. Maybe it's optimism that they'll be motivated to make a playoff spot.
I thought you were going to say that will be the first time that history in Montreal going to draft the top 5 and the NHL draft in 2025 is at that. You finish with negativity, Mr. That. We get 80 likes and you get finished that.
Maybe they'll win the lottery. They'll win the lottery. How's that?
Have a great night, Mr. Tap. See you tomorrow night.
Good night, Coach. Good night, everybody.
Here we go. That's going to conclude the show tonight, guys. We're going to be out of the music because this is the end of the music. But I want to remind everybody, be well, be healthy. Find a way not only dominate your day, but find a way to dominate the second half of what? Luc Laforcine? Luc said 2024. Everybody, I wish you an amazing, great night. See you tomorrow night, 8:30. The Hockey Nation Show. The Habs Nation want to tell you one more thing. We love you, friends. Thanks to make me a smile today. A joy to be with us every single night. And I want to thank all of you, each one of you. You are the reason I'm fighting every single day to be back here for all of you. Have an amazing, great night, everybody. See you tomorrow night.